Ahoy people, Vaniverse the Vaniverse Gaming Channel here with another video on Conan Exiles. This is the first video on Conan Exiles in the live version. I've been playing Conan Exiles for the last 15 months through early access, and I'm super excited for the final release, no more wipes. And I wanted to give people a quick guide if you've never played Conan Exiles. Hopefully it's helpful little tips on what to do when you first get in the game and for pretty much the first 30 minutes to an hour of playing. So let's get started here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a character, male or female, character customization. You don't have to worry about which race you pick. There's no like benefits like pluses to anything or minuses to anything by picking a certain race. It's just mainly for the lore of it. So once you pick your race and everything, you're good to go. The one thing I will note is the religion tab. So there are 6 religions in the game: Crom, Mitra, Set, Yog, Emir, and Derketo. And so if you pick these religions first thing when you first log into the game, you'll be able to make the altar for that right away. If you don't pick this religion, it's going to require 50 attribute points. 50 feats 50 feat points in order to unlock the religion, unless you find a trainer. So if you know where all the trainers are and you go talk to them, it lets you unlock the religion for free. So what I do is I always take Emir, because the trainer for Emir is way up in the frozen north. So I take him just because that way I don't have to run to the frozen north. So then the other gods, you can just Google where their trainers are, find them down in the desert area, and then learn that way. Derketo is going to be in the jungle area. She might be a little bit harder to find. I'm not really sure. So you'll go through this wonderful new cut screen, beginning trailer, and then you'll get into the game. So when you come into the game, you're going to notice a couple things. You're going to notice that you have a bar below. That's your hot bar. That's where all your weapons and stuff go. On the top left, you're going to have 3 bars. You're going to see a little yellowish bar up at top, a red bar, and then a big yellow bar. That is going to be the top one that you can see moving. That's your experience. The red one is your health. Yellow is your stamina. This whole game is based on stamina usage, so as you do things, you will run through stamina, and then once your stamina runs out, you will not be able to do anything until it goes all the way back to yellow. So managing your stamina is a very important part of this game. Now you'll see 4 circles also. The first circle is how much water you currently have. Obviously, if it's green, that's good. As it gets less and less, it'll go yellow and red. Once you get thirsty, if you don't drink, you will slowly die. Same with food, which is the next one. Third one is your encumbrance. It's how much you can carry. And then the fourth one is your temperature. The higher your temperature is in the red, that means you're getting hotter and you're overheating. You'll consume more water. And then if it's in the blue, you're going to be cold. You're going to get hypothermia and you're going to freeze to death and you're going to burn through more food. So you want to keep the white bar across the circle. You want to keep it right in the middle of the red and blue, and that means you're doing pretty good. So you'll notice that it's a little raised to the red. That's because I'm in the desert with no clothes on, and because I'm in the desert with no clothes on, I am suffering from some heat, so I need to make some armor. You also know in the top right-hand corner you have a journey. The journey is kind of designed to give new players a direction of what to do. There are no quests in this game. It is a survival game. But this kind of helps you. You know, you can sense it, blah, blah. Almost any vertical surface can be climbed, walk up, hold jump. So then you can come up here and you go whoop, and you learn how to climb. So the journey kind of teaches you things about the game. And I believe you get experience points for doing things on the journey as well. So just keep that in mind. So when you get into the inventory, you're going to notice that you have what you can craft over here. You have your bag space here, and then what you can wear, and then up here you have your health, your stamina, etc. If you want a more in-depth guide of this, you just go to stats. It'll tell you more detail what your offense, your defense, your temperature resistance, your movement, and then any effects you have. So there's buffs in the game, etc. And then you have the last thing is, as you level up in this game, you can level up to 60. You gain attribute and feat points. So attribute points will go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different attributes, and each one has a certain effect. So strength. If you put all of your points in strength, you're going to be able to do more melee damage. Agility measures the ability to move by wearing clothing, so it allows you to dodge roll better and, you know, not run out of stamina as much. Vitality is your health. Accuracy is how good you are with a bow. Grit determines the size of your stamina pool, which is kind of important in this game. Seems how stamina is pretty much used all the time. Encumbrance measures how much you can carry. Encumbrance is extremely important early on, and that's where I'm going to put my points, solely because early on in the game, you're going to be doing a lot of gathering, a lot of farming, so that you can build your structure and make all your little crafting tables in order to proceed through the game. So that is that. And then feats are basically what you can unlock as you level up. You can pick and choose what you can unlock in the game to be able to make. Just note that you will not be able to unlock everything. If you're level 60, you will only be able to unlock about 50% of what's here. The good news is you can respec. There's an ability to respec, so you can kind of unlock certain things, build them, respec, change it around. So that's always something. So don't be worried that you made a mistake, because pretty early on, if you know what you're doing, you can actually respec your character. So in this case, there's really nothing that I care to spec into at this point. So now it's, what are we going to do here? So our goal is to get out of this desert, get into the exiled lands here, and to build shelter, craft weapons, and pretty much dominate. It's a survival game, but it runs like an MMO where there are 3 tiers of buildings. Each tier is a certain strength against a certain type of creature, etc. Tier 3 being the strongest, Tier 1 being the newbie. So you'll start out making Tier 1, and then as you build your benches, you can then upgrade Tier 1 to Tier 2, and then eventually Tier 2 to Tier 3. The same goes with the area. So everything in this middle area here above this giant water area is going to be Tier 2. And then if you go past this rock section here into this green and brown and up into the white and the volcano, that's all going to be Tier 3 stuff. So if you're new, you probably want to hang out down here in the newbie land. So now we know where we're going. We're going to the water. We need to find a place for shelter. We need to find water. We need to find food, and we need to start, you know, gathering to make weapons and et cetera, et cetera. So now I'm going to click on this stupid thing. Boom. And it's going to read. This is another way to kind of guide you through what to do. And while that's talking, you'll notice that I'm just clicking interact, and I'm picking up stones, and I'm picking up branches, etc. So early on, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to try and head in to the water, and you're going to pick up anything you see. You're always going to find, when you first start on the server, you're going to find one water skin and then another note which we can lead.
Left to rot among the ruins of
So the water skin's important because now I'm thirsty.
Slaves, bandits and cannibals, exiles from lands I've never heard of. Some
We'll listen to this guy for a second.
Life from the wasteland, scrabbling in the rocks and sand for their own place. I cannot go on. The life that I left behind haunts me. The sun over the glittering spires of Belverus has forever denied me. The smell of my daughter's hair. I will pass the ghost fence, and this cursed land will finally end me. To whoever reads this note, I leave the last of my water and this message. Stranger, you have my pity. You do not know how cursed you truly are.
Alright, well that was inspiring. So basically the guy, there's still a border wall that goes around that if you can't go out of. There's a green little wall there. You have this little bracelet on your arm. If you go past that green little wall, you pretty much die. So that's what he's saying. He basically just went and died in the wall and then left you his water and note. So there you go. So now you notice that I drank my water out of my water skin. It is currently empty. The little white bar is not under it. But now I'm full on water. I'm nice and green. And you would have also noticed that my temperature went down for a split second because I was cooling off from drinking cool water. So the same thing happens if you're in cold. If you drink warm beverages like teas and coffees, which you can make, alcohol, then basically you warm up instead of cool down. But the only way I'm really going to solve my overheating issue is to make some clothes, and so that's what I'm going to do. Now you also notice that I need food, and as I loot these little plants here, I get these stupid little insects, and they will help feed me. So when I eat one, you'll see that I get this little regeneration. That regenerates your health back as well. So all healing in Conan Exiles is based on regeneration. So basically, it's a regen over time. Food regens you. The better the food, the more health you regen. And then there's also healing potions and bandages in the game as well that are meant more for healing permanently, where food is not really meant to be used as healing, but it'll sustain you as you go through the game. Alright, so with that being said, let's loot up a couple of these. Now, like I said, I'm going to eat all these stupid little handfuls until I can get some better food. And then I am going to go to my attributes, and I'm going to put my points in encumbrance because I want to carry stuff. And then for my feats, I can choose these. I'm going to do a building feat. I'm going to do a campfire. Eventually, I will unlock a sword, but until then, we're going to make some clothes so we stop overheating. Boom, boom, boom. This is a bed. So basically how this works is in the game, you put down a bed. If you were to die, you respawn at the bed. If you don't have a bed down that you are bound to, in this case a bed roll, there's also real beds, but this case a bed roll, you respawn back in the desert. So if you make it all the way in and you're doing great, then something kills you and you didn't lay a bed roll nearby, you go all the way back to the newbie desert. So always, always, always lay these down, especially if you're new to the game, because you never know when something's going to come kill you. So we'll make one of these to be able to cook meat once we get it. And then we should have a hatchet and a pick. So that's what we'll do next. I think I canceled stuff instead of because I'm silly. All right. So what did we cancel? Do that. That's what we canceled. All right. So we're gonna grab some more sticks here and some more stone, so that we can make our first pick, and so we can make our first hatchet, and then we'll kind of show you what we're going to do with those things. Alright. So thanks to the handfuls of bugs and the water, I'm doing pretty good. If you come here, this guy has a book. You can read it.
Gods
It tells you
curse
more of
this
a story.
sandstorm. We were forced to take refuge before the wind scoured the skin from our faces. There is something in the storm. Beasts. We hear the skittering of their paws outside the ruins, and their howls mingled with the screaming winds. The men are scared. I've put them to work crafting rudimentary weapons and torches from the loose stones and rough plants that dot this place. I've yet to meet a beast that liked fire, or the bite of the axe.
So there you go. So rudimentary weapons is basically telling you that you need to craft this stuff. And we'll eventually get a water skin, because that's really important. If we lose this one, it's always good to have another water skin in case. And then we're going to make our bedroll. Boom. So we're pretty much good to go until we level again. We're getting real close. Once we level again, we're basically... Oh, we did level. I didn't see that. So encumbrance, feats, and weapons. So now I can make myself a sword. And life is good. So I need more stone in this. So now that I have a pick, if I hit stone, I get way more stone than picking it up off the ground. And then for wood, trees, I can hit with a hatchet. Now, in this game, if you hit a tree with a hatchet, you will get branches, and then you will get wood. If you hit it with a pick, you will get wood, and you will get bark. Bark is used in one of your crafting benches, and so hitting it with a pick is a good idea, but early on, you don't get a lot for hitting it with a pick. You get way more wood from hitting it with a axe than you do a pick. So we're going to head over these trees. We're going to build our sword. We're going to lay down our bedroll, and then we're going to figure out where it is we're going to start building our location. So when building your location, there's a couple tips I want to give you. We're going to learn a wooden box here. So let's do this. All right. So when you're new and you're a solo player in this game and you're afraid of losing all your stuff, there's a nifty little trick that you can do in order to hide your loot. And so what I want to show you is we're going to learn boxes here. and we are going to put a box, and then we're going to build foundations around it. So at this point, I have this. I have my tools. I'm good to go. And so what I'm probably going to do now is I'm going to kill some animals, get some meat, so that I can eat some food that is hearty. You can take the survival attribute, and if you get enough in it, you can actually, you'll see you can actually eat raw food, and you don't have to cook it, which is pretty cool, but kind of gross at the same time. So let's go kill this imp. And then we can harvest him. He's going to give us these cool little fire glands, and then you'll see he gave us some feral flesh. That's what we're going to cook on our little campfire. So in order to make a foundation, this is what we're going to need. You need mostly stone and a couple wood. So we're going to farm up some stone, and we're going to build our basic structure. So where you build is completely up to you. You want to be near food, you want to be near water, you want to be near iron resources. I can do another video on this if you guys want, on how to find iron and where to go, but this is mainly meant just for new players. But I can tell you that all the iron is going to be up in this area, up in here. So if you build down here, you're going to have a bit of a run to get to the iron. But you build down here, you're going to be much safer. A couple things to know: they did add in a jungle area and a volcano. So over on the right, here's the jungle. Here's the volcano up here. This jungle area is, you know, tier 2 level, so 20s and 30s, I'm guessing. And then this is like 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s up here. So just keep that in mind if you're going to go build. All right. So let's go fill our water skin down with the water. Let's farm some more stuff. You can see that that third little icon is starting to get yellow, which means I'm starting to get overweight, but that's okay. Boom, boom. So I ran out of stamina because I'm silly, and now I have to wait for it to come back, which is a bad thing. Alright, so chop those bad boys up, get some hide. Alright, we're almost ready. Almost ready to start building our location. Hatchet up a wood here, so I'll show you here. If I hit it with a stone pick, you'll see I gain bark. So bark is important, especially early on, but we'll figure that out here in a second. Alright. So because my encumbrance is high, I can actually farm a lot of this stuff. If I didn't put points into encumbrance, I would have a hard time doing all this. Alright. If you want, you can craft while you're running around. It's always good to do that. That way you can just get it all crafted. And then it also saves you on weight. Stone weighs a lot. So let's say here, okay, I want 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. Oops, too much. And then I want twine so I can make a door. And we'll keep moving. So that way you're crafting as you're moving, you're getting extra stuff done, because the goal is you want to build a base as fast as you possibly can. Good news is depending on what server you play on, obviously not on private servers, people can only raid your base between 5 and 11 p.m. server time. So if you build in certain areas, you're not going to have your base raid. Uh-oh. Die. Oh, crap. See how he has a shield and he's blocking me? If I had a mace, he wouldn't be able to do that, but I don't. So now I'm getting jacked up pretty good. Crippled. So see how he's blocking? That is not a good thing. You have to wait until he's not blocking so that you can attack him. Or you can kick him. Watch. Boom. Kick knocks the block off, so in this case my kick is my F. Just so slow, but if he's gonna keep blocking, you just keep kicking him until he dies. So then you can loot these guys. They have some pretty cool stuff on them. If you took damage, you can eat to get the regen like we talked about. You can even hack these guys up. I wouldn't really eat it, but if you want to, you can. I just hack them up for the hide. I think if you eat it, you get sick. Even if you cook it, I don't think it's good for you. Alright, so where are we at here? We came down here for some water. So we'll click 4 and we'll fill our water skin. And now we're going to find a place to build our shelter, lay our bed, and make our cooking fire. You'll notice that all my stuff is getting kind of damaged. It's very simple. You just click on it and hit repair, and it'll tell you it took 3 stone to repair. You'll see this little gear, which means you just can't use it while it's repairing. Not a big deal. And you have to have enough stuff in your inventory in order to do the repair. If you don't, it won't repair, or it won't repair fully. Alright, so we're going to just keep on hitting some stone here. Alright, so we got a Kappa. Hopefully he's not attacking us. Almost done. Oh, well, let's get involved in this. Whoa! Let's not get involved in this. Oh, hello. Okay, and chop, 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 and drop, and move on. So it's cool because the NPCs will fight each other, and they'll fight the Kappas and get destroyed, and then we can benefit from this. So I didn't lay my bedroll down, which is not necessarily a good thing, because if one of these Kappas attacks me and kills me, I'm in deep trouble. And I would respawn back in the desert. But I feel confident that I can beat this guy, so I'm not too worried about it. But I am overconfident, I guess. Kappas are hard at level 1. Well, early on. Alright, kill this stupid thing. These guys are fodder. Alright, so I think we're good now. We need to eat soon. So let's get our foundations up. Let's lay down our food. Let's lay down our bedroll, and let's build a little thing. So let me show you the trick I was talking about. So foundations can snap into a certain wall. So if you want, you can do this. You can say, okay, I need a wood box. So I need 100 wood and 12 twine. So let's do a wood box quick. Chop, choppity chop, and choppity chop. Alright, so we'll make our wood box. And what we'll do is, we'll put our wood box, excuse me, down here like this. Now, we can put all of our stuff in it. Now, here's the cool part. So what I do is I take my foundation, I put it here, and I put it right about, there. And then I'll put this one right there, there. And so now you can see nobody's going to get to that chest. So if at any time I need to get to that chest, I can easily just break one of these foundations and then just jump down in and get to the chest. I must not have done it 100%, or the rock is causing me issues. I think it is. Wait, there we go. So now you come in, and now you can say, okay, give all, and there you go. So that's what I would suggest, especially if you're early on or you're a new player, is hide your chest down below in your foundations, and then basically just you can destroy foundations and redo them to make sure that your stuff is safe. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to lay our bedroll, we're going to lay our food thing, and we're going to end it for today. So this is just a basic guide I wanted to give you guys just to get started. Please, please, please leave any comments below if you have any questions or you're not sure about anything, by all means. I will be playing this game rather often, and so I'll do my best to provide you guys some extra tips and whatnot. I do have a lot of older videos on Conan. Some of them are still valid, some are not. It just solely depends which videos you watch, but I hope to update that here soon. So let me finish this up, and then we'll end the video. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys enjoy Conan Exiles as much as I do. It's been a long time coming, and so hopefully it stays being as good as it is now. It had a rough start in the beginning. All right. Boom. So now if we want, we can say okay. Let's put our wall. Boom. Boom. There we go. There we go. Build another wall, and then we want a doorway and a door. So we need twine for a door, and we need a doorway. Put that bad boy right there. We have our roof. You can see how the building pieces just kind of snap into place. Really, really nice. We need 1, 2, 3 more. So put that one right there. And that one there. That one there. Alright, so now all we need left is we need to make a door. And so I think for a door we just need some more wood. And then we can put our door on. And everything's happy. Now you notice that I'm going to start dying here if I don't eat. So you always have to keep an eye on your food and your water, because right now see I'm starving. You watch my health. My health will go down extremely quickly when I'm starving. So in order to save ourselves, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here. We're going to lay down our bedroll. Where's our... Oh, it's in the chest. Silly, silly. We're going to die. No! Get out all this stuff. Okay, where's the bedroll? Where's the bedroll? We're gonna lay it down right there. And now, if we die, we're gonna respawn at the bedroll. We're also gonna lay down this bad boy. We're gonna put on our meat. And you notice I will die. So, luckily, because I wasn't paying attention, I died to the starving, but luckily I put down my bedroll, and you see I can spawn at my bedroll, bed, or desert, and so now I'm going to spawn right here, and then I don't lose all my stuff. If I did not put down that bedroll, I would have had to spawn way out yonder, and that would have been terrible. Alright, so we'll hack up my body. Get it out of the way. Okay. And where were we? We were going to do this and get some nice food. We're going to put this back here. And now all we need is a door, and we needed twine, so we need to loot some plants and convert some plants into twine. And then we are good to go. Here we are. Yeah. So then we come down here. Twine. Craft 10. How do I need for a door? 25 and 5. Easy peasy. And then I can keep eating food. Once it's cooked, it'll help regen my health as well as give me food back. So now, make a door. And voila. We are done. Okay. So that's pretty much it. One thing I will note is that you do need to lock your chest in this game. If you don't lock your chest, you will basically anyone can just open it. If you lock your chest, then they cannot. So let's make another foundation, and I'll show you what I mean. We're going to basically say, okay, everything we have is on us. Destroy the foundation. Jump down here. Open the chest. Give all. And so now, you know, you can keep what you want to save. You know what I mean? And now you just say, okay. So you can see how it says open. If it says open, anyone can come loot this. So you hold E, and then you say lock. And now they would have to actually destroy it in order to open it. Put your foundation back. No one even knows you have a chest there. It's good to put a wood box somewhere in here and leave it open. And then that way people will think that you're a noob and you don't have a hidden wood box saving all your stuff. So that's it. That's pretty much the beginner's guide for Conan Exiles. Hopefully you guys like this video. Give it a like. Sub to the channel, bottom right hand corner. and leave any comments you have below, and we'll get more videos on Conan Exiles. This is currently my new game of choice. I'll be playing it a ton, so stay tuned for more episodes. This is Vaniverse Gaming. Cheers, and peace out.